Welcome back to Autism Live. I'm so excited because we have joining us via Skype and telephone so that we get really good sound, Jennifer Yakos from the Institute for Behavioral Training. She is a clinical trainer. And Jennifer, they're recalling you on Skype because we've lost your picture, but we still have you on the phone. And I want to but she's gonna recall you on Skype. But so excited to have you on the phone. We have had Jennifer on the show before. She is an amazing woman, and the things that she has done in the field of autism are awe-inspiring. Truly. And I'm so excited because when we talk about, there are times when we have Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh on the show, and we'll talk about, and we're getting a little bit of an echo now, so you'll need to remute everything as you come back on. But when we have Dr. Granpeesheh on the show and we talk about the Institute for Behavioral Training, one of the things that we neglect to talk about are the brilliant minds that are involved with the Institute for Behavioral Training, and one of those is you, and of course Cecilia Knight, and you've got more staff over there. You guys are really sharp people who have worked in the field of autism for multiple decades. So thrilled to have you here. And I asked you to come in particular, Jennifer, to talk about training for teachers and educators through IBT. Because I am sick to my eyeballs of people telling me that they don't have the ability to train educators, and that they can't afford to train educators, that it's too expensive to train them to be able to have really top-notch education happening in a general ed classroom or even a special classroom, a special day class, because you guys have training for them and it is so inexpensive that it's shocking. And I want to empower parents, even if your school district is saying, we can't afford to do it, we as parents can gift our kids' teachers these video trainings where they will get top-notch training, and it really can turn things around. And it's super duper expensive. It's less expensive than anything else you were going to go. If you were going to go buy a coffee mug at Starbucks, it's going to cost you more than, right? I mean, I'm not kidding here. Okay, so let me shut up and let you talk. So talk to us a little bit about what's in there for educators.
Okay, well, thank you for that lovely intro, Shannon. You are a gem. Just a little bit of background. We would encounter the same thing over and over again. We would be asked to go out and train school staff, train agencies, and, there's just a general lack of accessibility to good quality ABA training. And, so we wanted to make a product that could be disseminated and that individuals in any school location, basically, and anywhere in the world, could access a specific training on how to use ABA in the classroom or to teach a particular skill. So we finally were able to accomplish this, and we were so excited to be able to provide it to educators and for parents to sort of show their teachers or their school districts, hey, there's this great library of trainings that are very accessible that you could watch on your own computer, in your own classroom, in your own house, on your own time. And it's not going to require somebody to come out and, fly out to your school and, take up a ton of time and be a really, huge expense to your budget. So we have developed, I believe we have 40 different training modules specifically for teachers. And so these really sort of cover a really vast kind of cover the whole gamut
yes.
of what parents might be looking for in terms of passing on good quality information and training to the school staff that is working with their child. So we have trainings that cover just, first of all, some of the basics. So an introduction to autism spectrum disorder, knowing family dynamics. What are some of the obstacles that are common to families facing an autism diagnosis? What are the basics of ABA? And understanding just the basic functions of behavior and, how to use the three-term contingency, how to use a discrete trial, how to prompt and say prompts not only for maybe beginning learners, but also advanced learners, shaping and change. So we have, all the behavior analytic topics, but then we also talk specifically about topics that really relate to school. So things such as how to be successful on the playground, how to be successful in a school assembly, how to set your student up for success in groups, things like that. We also focus on teaching specific skills. So we have a whole section of modules devoted to teaching functional communication. So whether the student might be learning to speak vocally or communicate through picture exchange or augmentative devices, we have a whole series of modules on that topic. Positive behavior supports, knowing how to read a behavior plan and implement really positive, proactive behavior supports in the classroom. So the thing that's really great about this that I'm really excited about is we try to prepare a package or a product that's usable for people, that's not overwhelming. And we all know teachers are stretched so thin, resource-wise, time-wise. So they can literally pick and choose, or you as a parent can pick and choose, okay, I think these 3 modules might be really beneficial. So you're not required to sit through hours and hours and hours of training. You can specifically use your time very wisely and only pick maybe, okay, this topic is what I think is really going to help me right now. You also have the option of watching, the whole library of trainings or even chunks of, different portions, but kind of allows teachers to pick and choose things that are maybe going to give them the most bang for their buck. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think this is so important, and I think you've done it in such a smart way. So as you said, that they can pick and choose. And I'm just like looking at some of the different titles here and looking at, because, holidays are coming up and Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up. And, and when you think about, as a parent, what you really want to give teachers, and I'll tell you something, if it's a good teacher, what they want to do is learn more. I don't know a single good teacher who would not be thrilled to get some more training on how to deal with behavioral issues in the classroom. And I'm not just talking about autism, right?
Absolutely.
Every single teacher has to deal with behavioral issues in the classroom, and unless you know what you're doing, it can be overwhelming and make you dislike your job and not be able to do your job. So even if you just gave a behavior management gift certificate for them to be able to watch that training, it'd be a powerful gift to give a parent.
Completely.
Or to give from a parent to a teacher.
Exactly. Even one of them, like using token economy systems or putting visual schedules in the classroom. Those are 2 modules that literally could change the entire outlook of the day for a student. And by using those proactive approaches, you're obviously making the whole classroom run more effectively, and the teacher's, day becomes much more, stress-free, and you're not dealing with as many behaviors. So absolutely.
Absolutely. And there are other ones that are on my hit parade too that, the stuff on visual supports, great thing to be doing at the beginning of the year, at this time of year. Positive behavior supports, because a lot of times we have teachers who want to get punitive really quickly. I don't see it on here, but I know, because I've recommended it in the past, that there's one about dealing with safety drills with our kiddos who are on the spectrum, that I think that's a great gift to give to a teacher to ensure that your child is going to be safe during those drills. And these start at as low as, I'm looking down the list, I know that in all of IBT that there are some that are as low as $7. For the teacher ones, I'm seeing them as low as $10, my friends.
Yes.
$10. Yes. And you can gift that to a teacher. Now, if a teacher were to want to do all of the trainings, and they have the potential to learn continuing education credits by doing that, don't they?
It depends on the specific district or state that they work in. There are different requirements for continuing education, so it would be something that could be a possibility depending on the area that they are living in and what the requirements are.
Love it.
But And this goes for all of our e-learning modules, whether it's a teacher or a parent or a direct, instructor. After each module, there's a short quiz just to ensure that that person has actually taken on board some of the things that, were presented. It's not challenging if you've watched the video. And then once the quiz is completed and passed, then it gives you the opportunity to print out a certificate showing that you completed that training on that particular topic. So again, depending on the local and the statewide requirements for continuing education, that may or may not be able to be used, but it's definitely something to look into. And obviously that's going to give, the teacher even more motivation.
Absolutely.
To knock out some of those credits. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes. So again, and we talk about this all the time on the show, to find these trainings, you go to behavioraltraining.com. You will see when you go there are so many things that they offer there. You can click on the top, there's a bar, you can click on educator there. You can click on the one that says e-learning and then click on educator. But take tour around and look at everything that they have to offer, because you might find that there's other things that you want to gift to other people. And obviously, if there's a school district that's out there, Jennifer, who's interested in buying these in bulk, can they reach out to you guys and perhaps get an even deeper discount?
Absolutely. We offer group discounts to already many different schools and agencies. So that is something, if they contact us at IBT, that we can set up some, group deals for them.
So if you're a school or you're on your PTA at your school and you want to talk about that, go to ibehavioraltraining.com. There's a contact us button there and reach out to them to get a quote for that. Jennifer, we are out of time, but this is so helpful, and thank you guys for doing this really important work and for making this available, because this empowers all of us. It gives us the tools so that we don't have to just sit there with our hands up in the air and go, I don't know what to do. My child's teacher isn't doing the right thing, or the teacher saying, I don't know what to do. And, a lot of times the teacher will say to the parent, well, what is it that I'm supposed to do? We no longer have to be the experts. We can put an expert on their computer for them to be able to learn from. This is a brilliant, brilliant thing. Again, ibehavioraltraining.com. Will you please give everyone our love?
Oh, I will, absolutely. And same to you. Thanks for all the amazing things you do, Shannon.
Oh, no, this is so great. Thank you for everything that you guys do. We so appreciate it. And maybe we'll have you back on to talk about it again before the holidays.